Borussia Dortmund's title ambitions took a bit of a battering at the hands of RB Leipzig this past weekend, with pretty much giving the title straight back to Bayern München. But what can they do this weekend? We'll take a little look next. Today we look forward to Matchday number 29, 29 over in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and keep bang up to all things Bundesliga related, Black Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Ruski, that's right, of course, Dortmund embarrassing themselves at home, of course, to RB Leipzig, getting a bit of a battering. That's right, of course, pretty much ending the title race as a competition. We'll take a look at what's gone on there in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs, they're the patrons, guys. Thank you for loving, of course, behind the scenes. But what am I talking about? I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's get cracking. Of course, have a little look at what went on last weekend. These are the results. Of course, Freiburg did their thing. Well, I think they took their lead against Bayern, but of course lost in the end. 4-1 win for them. There it is. In all this glory, RB Leipzig big winners on the road. 4-1 win over Dortmund. Augsburg, of course, 3-1 winners over Wolfsburg. Arminia Bielefeld with a draw against Stuttgart. Gladbach also with a draw against Mainz. Leverkusen with a big win over Hertha Berlin. Union Berlin also with a 1-0 win over Köln. Called that one as well. Hoffenheim with a 2-1 loss to Bochum. Meanwhile, Frankie, of course, with a 0-0 draw against Greuther. And Augsburg against Mainz is taking place today. But I wanted to get the video out now, so I don't know. We're not gonna cover the game. If you predicted it, you're not gonna get the point. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. It's my rules, my house, of course, because I've got stuff to do. I'm a busy old bloody man, and I've got to keep going. So this is the table as it looks right here, right now. Of course, the result of that Mainz game, Augsburg game, could affect it a little bit. Let's just say Augsburg win, they could go up to 13th, and of course, if Mainz win, they could go up to 7th, so it could change, and if depending on when this video goes live, the graphic might reflect the scoreline as well. Maybe I'll be able to edit it, but I'm recording this now just to see what happens, because I've got to get these things in the locker, because I've got lots to do today. So this is the table as the moment. Of course, it's not going to affect the top of the table, because Bayern, of course, 9 points clear now over Dortmund. Of course, 6 points clear over Leverkusen, who are in the top 3. Of course, Leipzig, of course, back into real contention now for Champions League. At the moment, Greuther going down. Hertha Berlin going to join them, and now Bielefeld also in the doldrums as well. But you can't rule out Augsburg, you can't rule out Stuttgart, and of course you could probably maybe even put Wolfsburg in the mix there. Imagine if they went down to make up a spicy Bundesliga tie next season. Of course, take a look at how you guys got on. This is it. Of course, we're going to go with this. Russell Frost with 5 points. Hans Worst, Jimmy Watton, of course, and Shane O'Donnell kicking ass in the top 3. What about the mini leaderboard for this part of the season? Of course, it is Hans Worst, 52 points on the board. Russell Frost is in second, and that again makes up the power trio. That's right. So that's the state of play there. Of course, we do have the master leaderboard bubbling behind the scenes, and of course, if you want to get involved, cut.ly/Bundesliga, that's the link. Rooney. Now, these are the games, of course, going to coming at you this weekend. So we're going to take a look at these, and of course show you what's all about. So let's get into it. Kick it off with Friday's game up with Stuttgart up against Dortmund at the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Of course, now these two sides will lock horns on the 8th of April. Of course, played for the 57 times since 1992, 16 wins for Stuttgart, 27 wins for Dortmund, and we've got 14 draws, of course. Stuttgart, though, just one defeat past 6 for them, 58% form. Up against the Dortmund side, also one defeat past 6, 58% form for them. Also, coming at you, though, last time around at Stuttgart was a 3-2 win for Dortmund back in April 2021. The reverse fixture was a 2-1 win for Dortmund back in, of course, November this campaign. Dortmund, of course, losing Leipzig 4-1 last time around. Haven't won since they beat Mainz back on the 16th of March. Meanwhile, Stuttgart with their draw against Bielefeld last time around, and that makes an unbeaten run of at least 4 games. Of course, looking at the odds on this one, 11-4 is your Stuttgart, 11-10 on is your Dortmund, and 11-4 is also your draw. Back at, of course, Dortmund bounce back here, 3-1 win for them, but again, it's too little too late, I think, for a race for the title. Next, of course, Bochum up against Bayern Leverkusen. Let's get in the deep end on this one, coming at you on Sunday, April the 10th. Now, these two sides will, of course, lock horns at the Ruhr Stadium over in Bochum. They played each other 33 times since 1992. 10 wins for Bochum, 17 wins for Leverkusen, and 6 draws. Of course, 1-3 lost 3 of the last 6. That's Bochum right now, 50% form. Up against the Leverkusen side, just 2 wins in the last 6, but it's been back-to-back wins as well. 42% form for Leverkusen heading into this one. Last time around, though, are we going to find it? Of course, in Bochum, it was in competitive action back in February 2010. It was a 1-1 draw way back when. Of course, last time around, though, it was a 1-1 win for Leverkusen back in, of course, November 2021. Leverkusen picking up a 2-1 win over Hertha Berlin, of course, and Bochum with a 2-1 win over Hoffenheim last time around as well. Looking at the odds for this one, Bochum actually 60-5, they're actually 5-4 on is your Leverkusen. 11-4 is your draw. Back, of course, Bochum to lose this one. Leverkusen take 3 points on the road to maintain their top 4 ambitions. Next up, of course, we have Hertha Berlin up against Union Berlin. It's the battle of the Berlin Bad Boys coming at you on, of course, Samstag, the 9th of April. Now, these two sides will play of course, at the Olympiastadion. Played 11 times in 2009. 4 wins apiece and 3 draws, of course. Just 1 win in the last 6 of Hertha Berlin. 70% form for them. Up against the Union Berlin side, just 1 win in the last 4 for them. 58% form over the last 6. Last time around, though, in Hertha, of course, was a 3-1 win for Hertha Berlin back in December 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 2-0 win for Union Berlin back in November 2021. They also played each other in the DFB Pokal this campaign. It was the round of 16. It was over in Hertha as well. Of course, Union Berlin came out with a 3-2 win as well. So Union Berlin unbeaten against Hertha in the last 3 occasions. And they also covered this on the back of a 1-0 over Köln. And, of course, Hertha Berlin with a 2-1 loss against Leverkusen. The odds, though, for this one in the Battle of the Berlin, 70-10 is your Hertha, 70-10 is your Union, and 21-10 is your blue draw. Back, of course, the draw here, 1-1 in the end. Point split right down the middle. What about you on this one? Fürth locking horns against my boys, Borussia Mönchengladbach coming at you on Samstag as well. Now, these two sides will lock horns at the Sportkorf Rohorn Thomas Sommer Arena. Of course, played 12 times in 1999, 2 wins at Fürth, 8 wins at Gladbach, and 2 draws. Of course, just 1 in the last 6, though, for Fürth right now, 42% form up against the Gladbach side. Just 1 defeat past 5 games, so 50% form over the last 6. That's 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2. Of course, last time around, though, in Fürth, it was in the league. It was a 4-2 win for Gladbach back in November 2012. They also played this campaign over in Mönchengladbach. It was a 4-0 win back in November as well. Gladbach there with a draw against Mainz last time around. Fürth with a draw against Frankie last time around. The odds for this one, though, 7-2 is your Fürth, 11-8 on is your Gladbach. 11-4 is your draw. Back, of course, the German giant that is Borussia Mönchengladbach here with a 2-0 win for them on the road. Next up, of course, we have Frankie up against, of course, what do we have? Freiburg in the battle of the Fs. That's right, of course, coming at you over the Commerzbank Arena. Played 39 times in 1993. 70 wins for Frankie, 30 wins for Freiburg. They've got 9 draws, of course. Frankfurt unbeaten the last at least 6 games, picking up 4 draws in the spin, though. So basically, that's no wins in 4. Up against the Freiburg side, just 1 defeat past 6 for them. 67% form for both of these sides. Of course, coming at you the last time around in Frankie, it was a 3-1 win for Frankfurt back in May 2021. The reverse fixture in Freiburg was a 2-0 win for Frankfurt as well. For Frankfurt, unbeaten against Freiburg over the last 4 occasions, just 1 defeat past 6, if you want to look at it that way. Of course, last time around, the Frankfurt with a draw against Freiburg. Fürth last time around, just 1 goal conceded over the last 3. Meanwhile, Freiburg with a loss against Bayern last time around. The odds, though, for this one, we have Frankfurt 11-8 on 11-8 for the victory, 90-10 is your Freiburg, 12-5 is your draw. Back, of course, Frankie to take the win here, 2-1 win for them at home to maintain their good bit of form. Next, of course, I have Leipzig up against Hoffenheim coming at you on Sonntag as well. Of course, April the 10th. Now, these two sides will lock horns at the Red Bull Arena. Played each other 12 times, 2016, 6 wins at Leipzig, 3 for Hoffenheim, and 3 draws as well. Of course, Leipzig, though, coming into this unbeaten in the last at least 6 games, 83% form up against the Hoffenheim side. Of course, without a win now in 3 games, 58% form over the last 6. Of course, Dortmund did lose to Leipzig last time round. Of course, Hoffenheim did lose to Bochum last time round. The odds here, 50-8 on is your Leipzig, 10-3 is draw, and 90-4 is your away win. That is, of course, Hoffenheim here. Going to go with a win for Leipzig here, 3-0 win for them to make a push for maybe even second spot, depending on what goes on with Dortmund. Into the final 3 now, we have Köln. They're going to be taking on Mainz coming at you on Samstag, the 9th of April. And these two sides, of course, played each other 33 times in 1988, 12 wins apiece, and 9 draws, of course. Köln, though, 1-2 lost, 2 draw, 2 over the last 6. 50% form, of course. Mainz also 1-2 lost, 2 draw, 2 over the last 6. Of course, 50% form as well. Again, not taking into account the game that's taking place tonight. That game is, of course, irrelevant in my eyes. Last time around, though, in Köln, it was a 3-2 win for Mainz back in, of course, April 2021. The reverse fixture in Mainz was a draw back in November 2021 as well. Mainz with the draw against Gladbach last time around. Köln with a 1-0 loss against Berlin last time around. They've actually, looking at the odds for this one, Köln 29-20 for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, 9-5 is your away win. Tight, airtight, going to go with the 1-0 win for FC Köln on this one to take it to the house. Next, of course, we have Bayern up against Augsburg, of course. Augsburg would potentially could get sucked into a relegation squabble here if they don't get the results together. Now, these two sides played 26 times, 2008, 20 wins for Bayern, 4 wins for Augsburg, and 2 draws, of course. Bayern, though, unbeaten in the last 8 games. Of course, 83% form for them at the moment, winning 3 of the last 4. They're in action tonight up against Villarreal. Up against, of course, Augsburg side, of course, just 1 defeat past 4 for them, 42% form over the last 6. Last time around, though, in Bayern, it was a 5-2 win for Bayern back in May 2021. The reverse fixture in Augsburg. This campaign was a 2-1 win for Augsburg back in November. Surprise, surprise there. Augsburg, though, picking up a 3-0 win over Wolfsburg. And, of course, Bayern with a 4-1 win over Freiburg, scoring 8 goals and conceding just the 1 over the last 2 games. Again, not including Champions League action. The odds, though, for this one, then, shall we? Bayern 10-1 on for the 90-1 is your draw, and 80-1 is your long shots. That's Augsburg here. 3-0 win for Bayern, another big scoreline, and of course, remaining where they are, top of the table. And of course, Wolfsburg up against Arminia Bielefeld again. Wolfsburg could get in trouble if they lose this game, and Bielefeld would pick up the W. Now, they played 23 times in 1995, 13 wins for Wolfsburg, 4 wins for Bielefeld, and 6 draws, of course. Just 1 win in the last 6 though for Wolfsburg, 25% form. 1 win in the last 6 also for Bielefeld, 25% form as well. Last round in Wolfsburg, it was a 2-1 win for Wolfsburg back in October 2020. The reverse fixture in Bielefeld was a 2-2 draw back in, of course, November. Bielefeld picking up a draw against Stuttgart last time round, Wolfsburg losing to Augsburg last time round. Haven't scored in back-to-back games now, of course, as they head into this game. Looking at the odds for this one, what do we have on this? We have, I'm trying to find it, I'm blind. There it is, 64 on is your Wolfsburg, 75 is your 70-4 is your away win here. I'm going to go with a win for Wolfsburg, only just though, 1-0 win in the end, and that'll probably put the relegation fears to bed for the time being. Anyway, that's of course my take on it. Be sure to get your own take on it, of course, cut.it/Bundesliga, and also make sure you give the video a big fat thumbs up. It does wonders for the old algorithm. I know you think it does nothing, it does absolutely nothing, but it does absolute brilliant stuff for the algorithm. So make sure you smash the thumbs up, smash your subscribe if you're new, and if you could do me a so, just just drop a little comment, say, hey, appreciate the content, or I don't know, just say something in there, like, I like your shirt, or I like your glasses, or something like that, to boost up the algorithm. And of course, you'll get more of this, more of me, and more of this, of course, next time around. So you'll be inundated with love from me. So do that. Of course, smash your subscribe as well, and of course, check out the links down below: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon. Smash your thumbs up over there. Until then, boys, we're done right here. Till then, I'm out.